Get rid of the noise.
Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Cornwell with Get Taped here in Atlanta, Georgia. Boom. One of Atlanta's original audition taping services, which I co-own with my amazingly talented, beautiful wife and best friend, Brooke. And now onto our topic.
Get rid of the noise. Okay, so I'm not talking about actual noise. Although, get rid of that too.
Seriously though, folks, it's not that hard to figure out lighting in your self-tapes because you get that instant feedback as soon as you watch it back. But take it from someone who has a master's in acoustics. Everyone neglects sound. Everyone. Even I cringe at some of my own videos when I'm using this little doohickey where the sound just isn't perfect. It drives me nuts. But most actors don't possess a degree in acoustics, and therefore most actors neglect the audio in their own self-tapes. But if you want a lot more insight from an acoustician, that's beyond the purview of a free YouTube video. But instead, I invite you to check out a link in the show notes below to an online course that we offer called Get Set Up. It gives you tips, tricks, and even suggestions on equipment for all budget levels when it comes to building and rocking your home self-tape setup. We cover lighting, backdrop, camera, and yes, even audio. So with that out of the way, what I'm really talking about in this video is quite different. It's more about the mental game as an actor, specifically around the area of your self-tapes. So by noise, I'm talking about anything that is getting in the way or preventing you from being playful, having fun, and being 100% present in all of your performances. Let me set the stage for the noise I most often encounter. When this strike is over, side note, we're going back to the negotiation table tomorrow as of the release of this video. Fingers crossed. Okay, so this is how it'll go. I'll be working all day at Get Taped. We'll be absolutely slammed. And then I get an audition that has a very, very quick turnaround, less than 24 hours, maybe even same day. And side note, even though there are current provisions in the interim agreement around the notion of deadlines and page counts for auditions, it does allow for when there might be a recasting due to a sickness or some other conflict that allows casting to have these very, very quick turnarounds. So regardless of what we end up getting in the final 3-year contract that we're currently negotiating, this could still happen. So in this scenario, I'm forced to squeeze my audition taping in between 2 other appointments or giving up my lunch break to do it, and thereby asking one of our helpers to also give up part of their lunch break to tape me. Or I got to wait till the end of the day when I'm, quite frankly, so exhausted I don't want to look at another script. So no matter what I decide is the lesser of those evils, my prep time has been restricted and my taping time might also be restricted. That is noise. I'll be stressed out at every step of that process, and it's likely that I'll feel less than stellar about the finished product. How do I know this? Well, let's just say that it's happened far too many times in the past. More than I'd care to admit. For you, the noise might be a toddler who won't go down at their scheduled nap time, even though that's exactly when you asked your Zoom reader to be ready. Or maybe they do go down at your nap time, but your scheduled Zoom reader is now having Wi-Fi problems. It might be that you had 7 days to get this tape done, but you waited till the last day, and now suddenly your other job is requiring your attention, thus compromising the original taping time that you had scheduled with only 3 hours to spare before the deadline. Gulp. Now you're going to be uploading past the deadline, hoping for an extension, and then wondering why you didn't book the role. Your noise might be centered around having a lack of prep due to a busy schedule, a short turnaround, or, quite frankly, laziness. It might just be that the role itself presents a new challenge for you. There are so many factors that can contribute to this overall category of noise. And yes, actual noise, whether it's a loud room, a bad microphone, a garbled, distant Zoom reader, or a disrespectful neighbor, that all counts too as noise. Heck, it could just be that you haven't booked in a while, so you're placing too much pressure on this opportunity. Or it's just going to pay a lot of money, or it's with your favorite celebrity if you were to book this scene. No matter what it is for you, the noise is depleting your mental resources, preventing you from doing the very thing you sought after to do in the first place, which is have fun, right? I mean, I hope that you're trying to have fun as an actor. If acting is never fun for you, then this is the wrong YouTube channel. Now, if you can face all those categories of noise and still be playful, present, and having fun all at the same time, then you don't need to watch the rest of this video. You're all set. But if you can relate to the experience of feeling anxiety, stress, maybe even anger or exhaustion, just prepping your audition, we won't even go into the emotions that can result after the taping of that audition in which you were so stressed and anxious and angry and exhausted. Then it sounds like it's time to reevaluate your process. Now, that might include your craft, how you approach script analysis, memorization of lines, exploration of the character, etc. But what I'm really talking about is time management and therefore resource management. Simply put, are you being good to yourself from the moment you got that audition in your inbox to the moment you hit record on your camera? Am I respecting future Matt and his state of mind? In other words, will future Matt look back on this preparation, this process of getting myself ready to audition and shake his head at the outcome, knowing he could have fixed some of the things that went wrong by preparing for them better? Reading the book Atomic Habits was an eye-opener for me in terms of doing small things to help build better long-term habits. To paraphrase a quote from the book, every decision you make, no matter how tiny, is a vote for the type of person you're trying to become. So that giant waffle cone with chocolate ice cream that I had last night at 9 p.m. was unfortunately a vote for a type of person that I might become. It was a vote for the opposing candidate, mind you. I wish I could get a recount. And this metaphor is suddenly breaking down. So what is your process? The moment an audition hits your inbox, what happens next? All the way up to the point you hit record on that camera. Think about it. If you think your process could use some work, maybe be optimized better, then commit to doing one small thing to change your process next time you get an audition. Just one little tiny small thing. Maybe it's that the moment you get the script, you're going to print it out and highlight it. Maybe it's that you will immediately mark off a time on your calendar of when you plan to tape the audition, or you immediately get on our calendar at Get Taped. Whatever it is, choose one small thing you're going to do differently that is a vote for the type of actor you want to become. You know, the disciplined actor I talked about in last week's video who is prepared and ready for that next level opportunity. And here is where I'll quote our friend Joe Town from The Performer's Mindset. Hey, there he is. Joe would say it this way: how we do small things is how we do all things. Joe and the workshops he offers at TPM, as well as his bespoke 3-month one-on-one coaching program that I did earlier this year, will help you take stock of the choices you're currently making in regards to your process and give you the practical tools to optimize the whole process. Much more than just this noise we're talking about. There is so much more to unpack when it comes to prepping an audition, stepping into that space where you actually do the performance. And this also applies to on-set experiences or on-stage experiences. And also what happens between takes and what happens after the performance is over, how you recover. All of this stuff is important. All of it is neglected by many, many actors, myself included, until I discovered Joe and his program at The Performer's Mindset. So do yourself a favor, check out the link in the show notes below and learn more about The Performer's Mindset and Joe Town and the workshops they offer. You're welcome. In fact, we're finishing up our latest Zoom collab with Joe this week. It's called Get Better Together, and it is a game changer for actors who self-tape on a regular basis, which, thanks to a pandemic, is pretty much all of us. So what noise do you deal with most often when you are self-taping? Time management, technology, neighbors, something else? Drop a comment below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on set.